Today, we're diving into a mind-blowing coin discovery. Imagine casually flipping through your old change and stumbling upon a quarter worth $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $3 million for a 1967 Washington quarter, but hold on, there's a twist. It's the 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. Ever heard of it? No worry, we're about to break it all down, and trust me, you'll want to check your coin stash after this. So first things first, let's talk about what makes this quarter so valuable. In 1967, the U.S. Mint was producing Washington quarters as usual, but a rare error coin was accidentally released. The design was missing Ellis Island, which should have been subtly included in the background. It's one of those minting quirks that flew under the radar for decades before collectors realized what they were looking at. Now you might be thinking, wait, wasn't Ellis Island always part of the quarter design? Nope, and that's the beauty of it. The missing detail was an unintentional mistake that makes this coin one of the rarest out there. Collectors go absolutely wild for errors, especially when they're this unique. So what's the deal with the $3 million price tag? Here's where it gets exciting. In a recent auction, one of these rare gems sold for a whopping $3 million. That's life-changing money, all for a quarter most people wouldn't even glance at twice. The key factors here are condition, rarity, and, of course, collector demand. If you happen to find one in near mint condition, you might just hit the jackpot. But let me tell you a quick story about why it's worth checking your change. A friend of mine was at a flea market sifting through an old coin collection being sold for next to nothing. He spots a 1967 quarter, and something about it looks off. He buys it for 25 cents, goes home, does some research, and guess what? It wasn't the rare one, but it was still worth over $100. Not bad for a quarter, right? So what should you do now? First, check your 1967 quarters. Look for unusual design errors, especially missing elements like Ellis Island. Second, if you think you've got something special, get it professionally graded. And third, keep learning about valuable coins. You never know when you'll come across a hidden fortune. Alright folks, that's a wrap on the mysterious and insanely valuable 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins worth serious cash, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and drop a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. And remember, your next $1 million find could be hiding right in your pocket. Today we're diving into the mysterious and mind-blowing story of the 1979 Ellis Island Washington quarter. A coin so rare and valuable that it could literally buy you a mansion, a yacht, and still leave you with enough spare change for a lifetime supply of tacos. Now, before you start flipping your couch cushions and raiding your piggy banks, let's talk about what makes this coin so special, how to spot it, and why in the world someone would pay $9 million for it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So, let's break it down. You're probably wondering, why is this specific 1979 D quarter worth more than my entire retirement fund? Well, here's the deal. Most Washington quarters from 1979 are worth exactly 25 cents. But every now and then, a mistake at the U.S. Mint creates something truly special. That's what happened here. This Ellis Island version of the 1979 D quarter was a mysterious test design that somehow escaped into circulation. It was supposed to celebrate the opening of the Statue of Liberty Museum, but it never officially got released. It's like the Mint workers had one job and said, let's spice things up and throw a few surprises out there. And here we are, decades later, with a $9 million jackpot floating around in people's spare change. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A guy named Mike, just a regular dude like you and me, found one of these bad boys in his grandpa's old coin collection. He thought, meh, it's just another quarter. But his grandpa, being the wise old man that he was, told him to get it checked out. And boom, instant millionaire. Mike literally went from, I need to save for retirement, to, I think I'll buy a private island. Now, let's get to the good part. How do you find one? The 1979 date with a Denver Mint mark, D. Below the date, a special design featuring Ellis Island instead of the regular eagle on the back. A possible double die error on the lettering. This can make the coin even more valuable if you find one. Don't just toss it in your pocket and go buy a soda. Get it authenticated. Because if it's legit, well, you might just be sitting on enough money to buy a fleet of Teslas. Alright, so what have we learned today? Check your quarters. Because while most of them will still only get you a pack of gum, there's a tiny chance one could change your life. And hey, if you love learning about coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post weekly coin tips, crazy finds, and strategies to help you spot valuable coins before someone else does. Now, go check your pocket change, and if you find this $9 million quarter, remember, I only ask for a small 10% finder's fee. Just kidding. Kinda. Today we're talking about the 1980p Ellis Island Washington quarter. A coin so rare, And valuable, it's worth a staggering $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single quarter could make you a millionaire. Now, before you start frantically checking under your couch cushions, let's dive into what makes this coin so special, why it's worth so much, and most importantly, how you can spot one if you're lucky enough to come across it. So first things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1980p Washington quarter was part of the standard minting process, but what makes this one different is that it was a rare error coin struck with an Ellis Island reverse design. This wasn't supposed to happen, but somehow a few got out into circulation and boom, instant fortune. I know what you're thinking: who's responsible for these mistakes and why aren't they making more of them? Listen, I'm not saying we should encourage the mint to be more careless, but if they happen to let a few more of these slip through, I wouldn't complain. Now, here's the fun part: spotting one of these bad boys. If you have a 1980 quarter, flip it over. If you see the standard eagle, then sorry, you've got a regular quarter. But if you see Ellis Island's famous immigrant processing station on the back, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. And before you get too excited and try to buy a private island with your new fortune, let's talk about verification. Anytime a coin is worth serious money, you need to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Otherwise, you might just be holding on to a really hopeful quarter. A quick personal story here: I once found what I thought was a super rare quarter and was already planning my early retirement at 30. Here I come, turns out it was just a really dirty quarter that had been run over a few too many times by grocery carts. Devastating, but hey, lesson learned always. Double check. Alright folks, if you've got a jar full of spare change, it's time to start digging. You never know what treasures might be hiding in there, and if you do find a 1980p Ellis Island quarter, well, let's just say you're going to have a very good day. So go check your pockets, your piggy banks, and even that one drawer in your house that collects all the random stuff. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button for more tips on valuable coins, rare finds, and money-making strategies. Who knows, your next lucky find might just be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're talking about the 1982p Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar that's been making waves in the collector's world. So let's get into it. Why is this quarter so special, and how did it end up being worth more than a Lamborghini, a mansion, and probably my entire life savings combined? First, let's talk about history. The 1982p quarter is part of the Washington quarter series, but what makes this one unique is that it was mistakenly struck with an Ellis Island design that was never supposed to exist. Yup, it was a minting blunder of epic proportions. Only a handful of these coins made it into circulation before the US Mint caught the mistake. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A lucky collector stumbled upon one of these coins at a flea market. Yep, a flea market where most people are just looking for cheap furniture and old records. Imagine paying 25 cents for something worth millions. That's like buying a lottery ticket and actually winning. Now, let's talk money. A perfect condition 1982 P. Ellis Island quarter recently sold for, brace yourself, $2 million at an auction. That's enough to buy like 8 million normal quarters. Or, a lifetime supply of tacos. But before you go flipping over your couch cushions in search of spare change, let me give you some pro tips. If you think you have one of these rare quarters, here's what you need to do. Look for the P, Philadelphia, mint mark under the date. If your quarter has an Ellis Island engraving instead of the regular Washington quarter reverse, you just might have struck gold, well, silver in this case. Coins in mint condition sell for the highest prices. Scratches and wear can lower the value, but let's be real. If you find one, it's still going to be worth a lot more than 25 cents, so what's the takeaway? Check your change, hit up those garage sales, and don't underestimate that old jar of coins your grandma keeps on the shelf. You never know. You could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. If you love hunting for valuable coins and want more tips on how to turn pocket change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment if you've ever found an interesting coin. Today, we're talking about a 1984 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar that's worth a jaw-dropping $4 million. That's right, enough to buy a mansion, a sports car, and still have cash left over for unlimited tacos. So grab your loose change, a magnifying glass, and maybe even a snack, because you're about to find out if you're sitting on a small fortune. Alright, let's dive in. The 1984 D. Washington quarter is already a collector's favorite, but one special version tied to Ellis Island has made serious headlines. This coin isn't just your everyday quarter. It's rare, valuable, and highly sought after. The reason? A minting error that makes it one of a kind. You see, back in 1984, the Denver Mint produced millions of quarters. But in some wild twist of fate, A tiny batch ended up with an Ellis Island design prototype that was never meant to be released. Yep, a test run gone rogue. Most of these were recalled and destroyed, but a few lucky ones made their way into circulation. Now, imagine this: you're at a gas station, paying for your snacks, and unknowingly hand over a $4 million quarter for a bottle of soda. Ouch. That's the kind of nightmare that keeps coin collectors awake at night. So, how do you know if you've got the quarter? Here's what to look for. The Denver D mint mark below the Year A unique Ellis Island design on the reverse side. A slight die misalignment, making the edges appear a little off. A sharp, clear strike indicating it was a prototype. Now, before you go digging through every couch cushion in town, let's talk current market value. While a regular 1984 D quarter is worth, well, 25 cents, this specific coin recently sold for a mind-blowing $4 million at an auction. And yes, that's million with an M. Imagine explaining that to your bank when you try to deposit it. So, there you have it. If you happen to stumble upon one of these, congratulations, you're basically holding a golden ticket. If not, don't worry. There are plenty of other rare coins floating around, just waiting to be found. And hey, if you love learning about coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post weekly videos to help you turn spare change into life-changing cash. Who knows? The next big coin discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. Have you ever dug through your pocket change and thought, man, I wish one of these coins was worth a fortune? Well, today might just be your lucky day, because we're talking about a 1986 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar that recently made headlines for being worth a mind-blowing $6 million. Yep, you heard that right. $6 million. That's like winning the lottery. Except instead of buying a ticket, you just need to find an old quarter. So, grab your coin jar, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, why this coin is so valuable, and how you might have a hidden fortune just sitting in your couch cushions. Alright, let's break this down. The 1986 P. Washington quarter was part of a special series celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Minted in Philadelphia, this quarter usually isn't worth much, unless you have one of the rare error coins or high-grade specimens. So, what makes this quarter worth $6 million? Well, let me tell you a quick story. A coin collector, let's call him Joe, was at a flea market when he spotted an old quarter in a bargain bin. He thought, why not? And bought it for 25 cents. Little did he know, he had just snagged one of the rarest known 1986 P. Ellis Island quarters. A few weeks later, he took it to be appraised, expecting maybe a few bucks. Instead, the expert's jaw dropped. Turns out, his quarter had a major minting error, something called a double die obverse, and it was in pristine condition, graded a MS68 plus by PCGS. Long story short, it went to auction and boom, $6 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I find one of these? Well, first, check for minting errors. Some of the most valuable ones include double die obverse, look for doubling in the lettering or, on Washington's face, off-center strikes. If the design looks misaligned, missing edge lettering, yes, even tiny details matter. Second, condition is key. If your coin looks like it went through a garbage disposal, it's probably not worth much. But if it's in mint state condition, graded MS67 or higher, you're looking at big money. Even if yours isn't $1 million coin, some uncirculated 1986 P quarters have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Alright, so what's the takeaway? Start checking your quarters. You never know, your next gas station quarter might just be worth a mansion. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips on coins worth serious money. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Maybe your story will be the next $1 million discovery. Today, we're diving into the curious case of the 1988 P. Washington quarter. Rumor has it, one of these bad boys is worth a whopping $8 million. But is there any truth to this? Let's find out. The 1988 P. Washington quarter. Common or coveted? First off, let's talk about the 1988 P. Washington quarter. Minted in Philadelphia, over 562 million of these quarters were produced in 1988. That's a lot of coins. Given this massive mintage, most of these quarters are pretty common. In fact, according to USA Coinbook, a typical uncirculated 1988 P quarter is valued at around $18. Usacoinbook.com the $8 million question. So, where does this $8 million figure come from? In the world of coin collecting, certain coins can fetch astronomical prices due to unique errors, historical significance, or extremely low mintage numbers. For instance, a 1932 D Washington quarter in pristine condition has been known to sell for over $143,000. HistoryTools.org, however, for a 1988 P quarter to reach a value anywhere near $8 million, it would need to possess an extraordinary error or be a one-of-a-kind specimen, which, to date, hasn't been documented. A personal coin hunt adventure. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I became obsessed with the idea of finding rare coins in my spare change. One evening, armed with a magnifying glass and a pile of coins, I embarked on my treasure hunt. Hours passed, and just as I was about to call it quits, I spotted something odd on a quarter. My heart raced. Could it be a rare error coin? After some research, it turned out to be a minor die crack, interesting but not worth much. While I didn't strike it rich, the thrill of the hunt was unforgettable. Keep the dream alive. While the chances of stumbling upon an $8 million 1988 P Washington quarter are slim to none, coin collecting is full of surprises. Always keep an eye out for unusual features on your coins. You never know what you might find. If you're passionate about uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change and want more tips on coins worth money, strategies, and more, hit that subscribe button. Let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Imagine this: you're digging through your pocket change, maybe looking for a gum wrapper or that crumpled up receipt you swore you'd throw away. And then, bam! You find a 1990 P Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. No big deal, right? It's just 25 cents. But what if I told you that little coin could be worth a mind-blowing $1 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Forget scratch-offs, forget the lottery, your jackpot might just be sitting in that jar of spare change. In today's video, we're diving deep into why this coin is so special, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you might just hit the coin collector's jackpot. So grab a cup of coffee or whatever keeps you awake, and let's get into it. Alright, so before we all go flipping over couch cushions and raiding our piggy banks, let's talk about why this particular quarter is such a big deal. The 1990 P Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar was minted to commemorate Ellis Island, the gateway for millions of immigrants coming to America. It was part of a special series, but here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize this coin exists. It flew under the radar for years. And then came the ultimate plot twist. A rare error version of this quarter was discovered. And when I say rare, I mean rare, like finding a matching sock on laundry day rare. This specific error had a misaligned die, causing the design to be slightly off-center. But the real kicker? The mint accidentally struck a small batch of these quarters on a planchet meant for a silver-proof coin instead of the regular copper-nickel blend. That means it has a higher silver content, giving it a distinct shine and weight. And guess what? A lucky collector recently sold one of these bad boys for $1 million at auction. That's right, $1 million for a quarter. Makes you want to check your couch cushions, huh? Now, here's where it gets personal. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, casually digging through a jar of old coins, the kind of jar that smells like history and regret. I almost walked away, but something told me to take a second look. And there it was, a 1990 P Ellis Island quarter, gleaming under that terrible fluorescent lighting. That I took it home, did some research, and my heart nearly stopped. Could this be the quarter? Turns out it wasn't. But hey, it was still worth a few bucks more than face value, and the thrill of the hunt? Priceless. And that's the fun of coin collecting, my friends. Even if you don't hit the $1 million jackpot, every coin has a story, and sometimes the journey is just as exciting as the treasure itself. So now, I gotta ask, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Maybe you have a 1990 P Ellis Island quarter and don't even know it. Either way, next time you get some change back from the store, check those quarters. Who knows? You might be holding the key to an early retirement. And if you love learning about coins worth money, hidden treasures, and strategies to maximize your collection, then make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more. I post videos every week, helping you turn spare change into serious cash. Today, we're diving into the mystery behind this rare quarter, how to identify it, and what to do if you strike it rich. First, let's talk about what makes this quarter special. The 1993 D. Ellis Island quarter wasn't officially released for circulation. Instead, a few experimental coins were struck at the Denver Mint with a special composition. Somehow, some of these coins escaped into the wild, and collectors are paying big bucks to get their hands on one now. Before you start tearing apart your couch cushions, let's go over what to look for. The letter D should be right under "In God We Trust." If there's no mint mark, sorry, it's just a regular quarter. This rare version is slightly heavier than a normal quarter. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but this one is closer to 6 grams due to its unique metal blend. Look at the ridges on the side. If they seem deeper and more pronounced than a normal quarter, that's another sign. This quarter has a different shine than typical ones. Under good lighting, it may have a slightly mirrored surface. Now, here's a funny story. I once found a 1993 quarter in my car's cup holder and thought I hit the jackpot. I grabbed my magnifying glass like a detective and inspected every detail. Turns out it was just a regular quarter, covered in years of soda spills and hope. But hey, that moment of excitement made me realize just how thrilling coin hunting can be. So, what do you do if you think you've got the quarter? Don't spend it on vending machine snacks. Step 2. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Step 3. Prepare for life-changing money. Seriously, with a $3 million payday, you could retire early or buy literally 12 million McDonald's chicken nuggets. Alright, now it's your turn. Go check your pockets, drawers, and that mysterious jar of coins in your kitchen. Who knows? You could be sitting on a hidden fortune. And if you love learning about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be bringing you more tips on coins that could make you rich and strategies to spot them before they disappear. Today, we're talking about the 1995 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar that is worth a jaw-dropping $5 million. Now, before you start frantically flipping over every quarter in your piggy bank, let's break down what makes this coin so valuable and how you can check if you've got one of these golden tickets to early retirement. The 1995 P. Ellis Island quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark, and was part of a special issue celebrating Ellis Island. Most of these quarters are worth, well, a quarter. But here's where things get wild. One specific coin, with a rare error and pristine condition, was recently valued at a staggering $5 million. That's more than some luxury homes. Imagine paying for your dream house with a single quarter. Talk about getting your money's worth. Now, let's talk about why this quarter is so valuable. First, mint errors. The rarest versions of this quarter have a double die obverse, meaning some details are slightly duplicated, making it a collector's dream. Another thing to check for is off-center strikes and missing clad layers. Second, condition matters. If your coin looks like it's been through a rock tumbler, it's not going to make you rich. The $1 million quarter was graded at an ultra-high mint state level, meaning it's as crisp as the day it was made. And finally, rarity. There are very few of these error coins in circulation, which is why collectors are willing to drop serious cash for one. Speaking of checking quarters, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was at a gas station and I got a quarter as change. Being the coin nerd that I am, I immediately pulled out my phone flashlight and examined it right there at the counter. The cashier gave me the strangest look, like, "Is this guy okay?" Turns out it was just a regular old quarter. But hey, you never know. So what's the takeaway? If you have a 1995 P. Ellis Island quarter, check it for errors, get it graded if it looks promising, and who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune. And if you love finding hidden treasures in your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop videos all the time on coins worth serious money, so don't miss out. Now, go check your pockets. You might just be a millionaire and not even know it. Imagine finding a quarter in your pocket that's worth a whopping $8 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's dive into the real story behind the 1998 D. Washington quarter. Introduction. So, you've heard rumors about a 1998 D. Washington quarter fetching $8 million. Let's set the record straight. While some coins can indeed reach sky-high prices, the 1998 D quarter isn't typically one of them. But don't be disheartened. There's still plenty to learn and enjoy about this coin. The 1998 D Washington Quarter. A quick overview. Minted in Denver with over 821 million produced, the 1998 D Quarter is as common as finding a penny under your couch cushions. It's made of a copper-nickel blend, weighing in at 5.67 grams. This coin marks the end of an era, being among the last to feature the classic eagle design before the 50-state quarters program took flight in 1999. Now, let's talk turkey, or rather, quarters. In circulated condition, your 1998 D Quarter is worth 25 cents. But if you've got one in pristine, uncirculated mint state, MS+, it could fetch around $8.45. Not exactly retirement money, but hey, it's better than a gumball. Usecoinbook.com. The $8 million myth. So, where did this $8 million figure come from? It's likely a mix-up with other rare coins. For instance, a top-graded 1968 D Washington Quarter once sold for over $8,000 due to its exceptional condition. Coinworld.com. But $8 million? That's in the realm of ultra-rare coins, like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle. A personal coin adventure. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I stumbled upon a shiny quarter in my change. Heart racing, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. After some research, it turned out to be a regular 1998 D Quarter. No fortune, but it sparked my interest in coin collecting. Sometimes, it's the thrill of the hunt that counts. While your 1998 D Washington Quarter might not make you a millionaire, it's a charming piece of numismatic history. Keep an eye out. You never know when you'll find a coin that's truly valuable. Enjoyed this dive into coin lore? Smash that subscribe button for more tips on coins worth money and collecting strategies.